Hello everyone, my name is Diva and today I will be discussing an important topic which is the law-making power of different organs of the state. So, in India, the power to make laws is distributed among different organs of the state to ensure a system of checks and balances, preventing any one entity from becoming too powerful. The primary organs involved in lawmaking are the legislature, the executive, and last is the judiciary. Each of these organs play a distinct role in the process of lawmaking, contributing to the functioning of India's democratic framework. In the vibrant tapestry of India's democratic fabric, the power to make laws is delicately woven among the various organs of the state, each thread contributing to the intricate balance of power and accountability. So, at the heart of this arrangement lies the legislature, then we have the executive, and the last is the judiciary, each endowed with the distinct roles and responsibilities in the process of lawmaking. So, first and foremost, the legislature stands as the towering pillar of lawmaking in India, embodied in the majestic halls of the parliament at the central level and in the legislative assemblies at the state level. The legislature pulsates with the energy of democratic deliberation. Here, the elected representatives, infused with the hopes and aspirations of their constituents, engage in engage in spirited debates, craft legislation, and shape the destiny of the nation. The Parliament of India, comprising of two houses, that is the Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, serves as the vessel where the laws are passed, drawing inspiration from the Constitution and reflecting the diverse tapestry of Indian society. Now we will look at the executive branch. So, executive branch plays an important role in law-making process. While it lacks the authority to directly enact laws, the executive serves as the catalyst, initiating the flames of legislative action. It initiates bills, provides valuable insights and recommendations to the legislature, and ensures the faithful execution of laws once enacted. So whenever the legislature body is not in session, so in the times of emergency, the executive body possesses the power to promulgate the ordinance. Further, we will look at the judiciary. So now the judiciary serves as a custodian for safeguarding the fundamental rights, shielding its citizens from tyranny of legislative access and executive overreach. Beyond the legislature, executive, and judiciary, there are other independent bodies such as Election Commission, the Comptroller and Auditor General, the statutory authority, which stands as a sentinels of accountability, ensuring transparency and integrity in the corridors of power. Now I will be discussing on the legislature. So the legislature is the primary lawmaking body in India and is responsible for drafting, debating, amending, and passing laws. It consists of two houses at the central level, that is the Lok Sabha, which is also known as House of People, and the second is the Rajya Sabha, which is known as the Council of States, and similar structures at the state level. The Parliament of India, comprising both houses, has the authority to make laws on subjects listed in the Union List, Concurrent List, and to some extent the State List, as per the distribution of powers outlined in the Constitution. The process of lawmaking in the legislature involves several stages, including first is the introduction of bill, then is deliberations in the committee, then we have the debates which is taking place, then we have voting, and finally presidential assist. Members of the parliament and the members of legislative assemblies represent the interests of their constituents during the process. expressed during the democratic representation in lawmaking. Then we have the executive branch. So the executive branch is headed by the president at the central level and the governors at the state level. They play a crucial role in law-making process. While the executive does not have the power to directly enact laws, it plays significant role in the process by initiating legislation, providing input and recommendations to the legislature, and implementing laws once they are enacted. The executive also has the power to promulgate ordinances when the legislature is not in session, provides provided there is an urgent need for legislation. However, these ordinances must be approved by the legislature within a specified period to become permanent laws. Additionally, the executive enforces laws through various administrative agencies and departments. Then we have the judiciary. So the judiciary interprets laws and ensures their compliance with the constitution. While the judiciary does not create laws, it plays a vital role in the law-making processes by interpreting the constitution and statutes, resolving disputes relating to the interpretation and application of laws, and safeguarding the fundamental rights of citizens. Through the process of judicial review, the judiciary has the power to strike down laws that are inconsistent with the Constitution, thereby influencing the evolution of legal principles and shaping the legislative landscape indirectly. Judicial activism and public interest litigation have further expanded the judiciary's role in shaping public policy and lawmaking in India. There are even other bodies apart from the three main organs of the state, like the Election Commission, the Comptroller and Auditor General, the statutory authorities, who also play an important role in lawmaking process. These bodies ensure transparency, accountability, and integrity in the functioning of the government and contribute to the overall legislative framework of the country. Now we will discuss various case laws which are important to write in exam when this question is asked. So the first is the Keshwananda Bharati versus State of Kerala. So this landmark case is very important in understanding the limits of the Parliament's power to amend the Constitution. The Supreme Court held that while Parliament has the authority to amend the Constitution, it cannot alter its basic structure. The case affirmed the judiciary's role in safeguarding the fundamental principles of the Constitution, thus establishing the doctrine of basic structure. It illustrates how the judiciary interprets and safeguards the Constitution, effectively influencing the lawmaking process by setting boundaries for the legislature. The second case is Indira Nehru Gandhi versus Rajnaran. In this case, the Supreme Court invalidated the election of then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi on grounds of electoral malpractice. The judgment underscored the judiciary's role in upholding the rule of law and ensuring accountability within the executive branch. By holding the high-ranking political figure accountable for electoral misconduct, the judiciary demonstrated its commitment to maintain the integrity of the democratic process, thereby indirectly influencing the lawmaking power of the executive. So the third case is Minerva Mills versus Union of India. This case is significant for its contribution to the doctrine of judicial review in India. The Supreme Court struck down the parts of the 42nd Amendment Act, which sought to curtail the judiciary's power of judicial review. The court reaffirmed its authority as the guardian of the Constitution and declared that the power of judicial review is an essential feature of the Constitution's basic structure. Through this judgment, the judiciary asserted its role in scrutinizing and, if necessary, in validating laws enacted by the legislature that contravene the Constitution. Next, we have State of West Bengal versus Anwar Ali Sarkar. In this case, the Supreme Court clarified the principle of legislative delegation. The court upheld the validity of the West Bengal Special Courts Act 1950, which empowered the state government to establish special courts for speedy trial of certain offences. The judgment emphasized that while the legislature can delegate powers to subordinate authorities, such delegation must be guided by certain principles and standards laid down by legislature itself. This case illustrates the judiciary's role in interpreting and ensuring the constitutionality of laws passed by the legislature, even when they involve delegation of legislative authority. The last case is the Remand Point Citizen Welfare Trust versus State of Maharashtra. So this case highlights the executive power to promulgate ordinances under Article 123 of the Constitution. The Supreme Court held that the governor's power to promulgate ordinances is subjected to judicial review and can be struck down if it exceeds the scope of Article 123 or if it violates fundamental rights. By subjecting the executive's ordinance making power to judicial scrutiny, the judiciary ensures that such powers are exercised within the bounds of the Constitution, thereby influencing lawmaking process. So in conclusion, the distribution of lawmaking powers among different organs of the state in India reflects the principles of democracy, separation of powers, and judicial independence. While the legislature holds the primary responsibility for enacting laws, the executive and the judiciary plays complementary roles in initiating, implementing, and interpreting laws, ensuring a balance of power and promoting the rule of the law. Thank you everyone for listening to my video. So if you all guys have any difficulties or queries, kindly put your queries or difficulties in the comment section. Even if you all want some notes regarding this topic, then kindly put your message in the comment section. I will be providing you all with my email ID. Thank you.